All right, we are back here with another episode here on Zachary's Journey. We'd like to welcome every one of you who are watching, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button before leaving this video.
And turn on
But
your bell for all notifications.
right, right. So, Zachary, how are you doing? How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing so good and I'm ready for today's episode because today is gonna be a very fun episode.
Yeah. So yesterday we were able to touch on a few things. We touched on the book that you have been working on. We touched on the fact that you have been able to be part of actually writing plays, writing scripts for plays, and then we also talked about your opportunities in working for in plays. One thing that and those are a few things that we highlighted. So I want to just kind of like unpack those things. For those who don't know you, I'd assume people are clicking in and they want to know a little bit more about who Zachary is, what he does, and everything like that. So, why don't we go ahead and start unpacking? Like, what are let's dive into the musical aspect. What I know you said you have interest in music and you actually have written songs and everything like that. What does that look like for you and everything?
So, writing music is just stuff that I had to deal with travel wise,
Right.
and I like listening to music. But one day I was like, let me write my own music and see where I want to go from here. But I use AI for the musical um singing and all this stuff because I'm
Hmm.
not very confident in my voice as an artist. So I write and I compose everything, but besides the person singing is through AI.
Right. Right. And you said you have you've always loved music. Is there a specific genre that you like or prefer?
So R&B or pop. I
And
like 80s, early 90s music. A big inspiration is Michael Jackson, Prince, Tina Turner, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, all of the big names. Um, Alicia Keys, Taylor Swift a little bit, but it
all right.
varies.
And as far as the songs you've written, what genre have you written songs under?
Mm. Pop, pop or R&B. I have one song R&B, but mostly pop.
Nice. So how early, or I guess how young were you when you realized that you had an interest in music?
So music, I didn't know music was in my path, but throughout my schooling experience, they kind of, I don't want to say forced me, but put me in a place where I had to perform.
Right, right.
So I was like, hey, my first song I did was Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And that was a huge song for me to do.
Okay,
And
okay.
I loved the movie so much that I agreed to do it. And after the experience for doing Over the Rainbow, I was like, hey, I want to do this. But
Right.
for, from, I guess, 2012 to 2019, I was just doing it for fun. But throughout 2019, I was like, let me take this music thing serious and create my own music.
Nice, nice. Um, what is your process when you go to compose or when you go to write music? What does that look like for you? As far as like, uh, do you have do you have like an idea, or like is there a specific phrase that sticks out, or is there a specific topic, or maybe something
So
happened during the day that influenced you to write music? Like what does that look like?
so I get if I get a humming in my head,
Hmm.
sometimes I basically make a beat on this humming that I get in my
Hmm.
head. And throughout me making these beats in my head, basically start building a song throughout that beat.
Okay. Okay. Nice. 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 I like that.
And then as a public speaker, I'm thinking about how how am I gonna inspire people? How am I gonna uplift people? And that's the same aspect that I use for my music.
Nice. I like that. I like that. And how long have you been I guess writing, composing?
Since February of this year.
Oh, okay. So you're relatively new.
Yes,
Okay, how many songs have you composed already?
I have 5 or 6 songs out on SoundCloud.
Oh, okay. Nice. SoundCloud. That's a nice little platform to put your music on.
Yes.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Where do you see yourself in terms of music? Like what do you see your where do you see yourself as far as like, I know you're a composer and you're writing songs and stuff like that and putting songs together, but how far along do you see yourself going in the music
Um,
in music in
only
general?
only time will tell because I like public speaking, but some places you have to you have to adapt with the certain places that you go to, like some schools, like for preschool. A lot of the learning that I used to do, my wonderful music teacher, Alyssa Gonzalez, shutting her out. I don't know if she's watching this, but she everything that she had to teach, she used to sing out uh, what she was teaching,
Okay.
and that was a big that was a way for me to kind of learn my skills through her music
Okay. I like that. I like that. Um,
because I me when I was younger, I I didn't like doing schoolwork or anything like that. But she made musically inclined, so I love music and the fact that she used music as a learning aspect that that gave me a way to learn and also have fun too.
nice. Nice. Now, you mentioned earlier that there's like some similarities in your process when it comes to writing music alongside putting speeches together. Can you explain that? What how that I how that compares?
So with music you have to write a poem, rhyme aspects for
Hmm.
and with public speaking it you you have to motivate people. I feel like you motivate people through music, but
Okay.
it's in a different way.
Okay. Okay. But then you mentioned that when you writing music, you kind of like keep uh, in mind the I guess the audience in many ways because you're trying to inspire. You do the same on both aspects. You do the same when it comes to public speaking and writing music.
Yes.
Okay. Now, would you could consider yourself more of a storyteller when you write music, or do you write music just based on feel?
Be both storytelling and based on film.
Okay. Okay. What do you prefer?
Storytelling because it kind of relates to the audience more and they can convey more with the music if they can relate to the songs.
Okay.
And who knows, I might win a Grammy one day.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love to see it. Um, all right. I like this, man. I think,
But
uh-huh.
that's the same thing I do with the play production or anything I do. I try to come up with questions to make it realize how can I make this good for the listener? How can I make this good for the reader? How can I make this good for the people watching? What message am I trying to bring across on
Right.
everything that I'm doing?
Right. What is your favorite song? What's the name of your favorite song that you've written so far, and what is it about?
This this song that I written is called Friendly Fire,
Okay.
and that song is basically talking about a friendship I had to let go and didn't want to let go, but that was the better option for me to let them go.
Right. Right. Have you ever experienced writer's block?
Yes,
And how were you able to overcome that?
uh, I just don't think of it as my rock. I think of it as an obstacle that I'm trying to overcome. And when I'm when I'm singing these songs live,
Hmm.
I I interact with my viewers on a platform, and just hearing this one person said to me this Saturday, actually, I was doing a karaoke live and I was singing a medley song, uh, di- a collaboration of different songs
Right.
that people hear on the radio, and one person said, um, I was having a bad day, but hearing you sing, it was having, it was helping me cheer up. And thank you for doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing because you are a big inspiration for people. So I
Nice.
do it for people like that.
Nice. And then you said you sing these songs live. Where do you sing these songs?
Um, you can find me on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram.
Now, do you go live on any of these platforms?
Yes,
Okay. And this is where people just like, I guess, tune in and they're able to engage with you, right?
yes.
That's cool, man. That's cool, man. I mean, hey, that's the beauty of technology now that you're able to reach people um, more than you any time in history.
Thank you, COVID.
Thank you. What?
COVID.
Oh yeah, well, COVID. Yeah, COVID taught us a lot of things. It forced us to have these meetings virtually. So yeah, if we got anything good out of COVID, we definitely got virtual meetings and virtual calls out of it. But that's cool, man. I love the fact that you're into that. Tell us a little bit more about your script writing. So do you approach the same this do you approach script writing with the same mentality, or is this a different
Yes,
approach that you have to take?
yes. I approve everything that I do with the same mentality, but different projects for different things.
Nice. Now you're writing this play. You said you have an up and coming play coming soon. What is this? Without giving out away too many details, what is it roughly about? And is this a play that is fictional, or is this a play based off of live events or true events rather?
It's based off a live event, but it's it's a play that's true to me and
Hmm.
what I'm doing now, but more in a I I don't want to say like a fictional play, but more realistically what I want to happen in my life.
Okay. Okay. This is okay. So you're this is stuff that you want to happen in your life.
Yes, and
Okay.
these are some stuff that already happened, and I'm basically doing a what happened in my life with my friendship with Carlos, expanding that into like the now, but the middle part is talking about the now, and the ending part is talking about what I want to see in in the future.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Is this the first play you've ever worked on?
This is the first play I ever directed, and this is the first play where I'm having full hands-on experience with it. And
So.
I'm working with Sean. I'm working with a couple of my friends, and I'm hoping to producing this play very shortly. But at the same time, I do not want to rush
Hmm.
anything that I do because if I rush it, then I don't want to mess up on anything that I do. So I like to take my time to do anything that I do.
Okay. Okay. Where would people be able to watch this play if someone was interested in coming to see it? Where is this going to be aired?
We don't have a specific location, but we are trying to find locations in
Okay.
the New Jersey area.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You mentioned mentioned a few people collaborating with you. What's that experience been like for you?
That is a very exciting experience, and I just can't wait to see what I can't wait for the world to see what we put together because it's so magical, and I feel like if people are so inspired by my books and my music and my podcast, even I feel like these are always this is something that is is gonna be so it's gonna be like it's gonna be so good. You guys wanna keep coming back.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, you have a lot going on, so I'm excited to see everything.
And I this is far in advance, but if this play is going so good, I'm thinking about turning this play into a actual film where people can go see in the movie.
That's awesome, man. That's some big dreams that you got going there, huh?
Yeah, the
Some
sky
big
is
dreams.
the sky is the limit. Everything that I do on my channel is like I want to do stuff where people feel safe and welcome and feel like
Right.
they have a place to go to wherever they feel sad or lonely or just see themselves in in this community because truthfully we all build this together. And fun fact, my name was not supposed to be Zacharys Journey.
What was it supposed to be?
It was supposed to be Zachary and Friends
Ah,
originally.
okay, I like that. Does any of these does any of these dreams, like, do any of them scare you?
Yes, but everything you do is gonna scare you. Just go for it. Just go for it. That's what we were saying in the last episode. What we did yesterday was to just go for it. You're not gonna know until you try it. So everything is a learning opportunity. But if you could do it, why not? You only have one life to live. Live it while you can.
Nice, nice. I like that. Real quick, you mentioned a lot of artists that you were inspired by, and a lot of musicians that you're motivated by. Do you have one song in particular that's your favorite song of all time?
Um, Anthony, why you do that to me?
I'm just saying you have to. I'm sure you have to. I'm sure you have one that
Yeah,
sits
take.
above all the others.
Mm, um, I'm just gonna put Michael out there since Michael is the huge topic right now.
Okay, what song is that?
So, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson.
Okay, that's a good song. That's a good song. You can't go wrong with Michael Jackson.
I still want Jafar to be on this episode.
Hey, you never know. You never know. That's Listen. You're all about chasing dreams and everything like that. So that would be definitely a goal to set to try to get one of these guys on here, and I believe you're able to do it. So
And do you think we could get all the Jacksons on this episode? On the
man, I don't
fucking.
see why not. I don't see why not, man. So let's get ready to land this plane. So
I don't
you
want to land there. It's so much we can talk about.
I know. But we gotta leave some more for the next episodes. If not, we're gonna give everything away, and then people aren't gonna have a reason to come
Mm,
back.
yeah,
Um,
you're right.
so you mentioned a lot, right? You mentioned a lot that you're involved in. You mentioned music involvement in script writing and in playwriting and book writing and all this. And you also mentioned that some of these things scare you, right? Just thinking of the magnitude of all these things put together, and the size of these dreams that you have going on in your mind.
And
They
also, one more dream that I have, I want to build exactly to the warehouse where I hire people to work for me, and then we could also help the individuals like myself find their passion, find what they want to do, and expand that goal.
Nice, nice, nice. I like that. So you mentioned all these things, and you mentioned having a bit of you know a bit of fear sometimes when it comes to thinking of all these dreams and what it consists of and the size of them and everything like that. And many times I can assume that that becomes a little bit overwhelming. uh can you give some hope to the person who is watching this that has similar dreams, or maybe in many ways they're different, that is struggling to move forward? Maybe that person is saying, "Hey, I'm scared. These things scare me. I don't want to move forward because I might fail." What would you say to that person?
You won't know unless you try. And if you if you're not 100%, I recommend you contact me in this video, and I can see if I can help you out in any way, because it's a lot that we gonna have to uncover,
Hmm.
and, and if we do it now, it will be a 2-hour episode. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, you heard him. If you are dealing or struggling with fear, you're struggling with doubt, uh, take the first step anyway. Sometimes, sometimes, in many cases, you'll find even in history, the people that that have accomplished the biggest dreams have accomplished them while being fearful. So,
yeah,
if you're that person who's afraid to take the first step, take the first step. Do it anyway. And as Zachary says, you're never gonna know till you try. So, with that said, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you watching. And again, I want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications buttons so that way you know when all the new video and all the new content is dropping. And with that said, thank you. And we will see you here again next time. Later.